Yeah. What it do with the business is you play by EyeQ, man. I'm back with another one, you dig? Shout out to everybody that subscribe, man. Please hit that notification bell to stay in tune when I drop new heat, you dig? Next on deck, we got Shaq giving his thoughts on Morant.
I wanted to spotlight how young this Memphis team is. I think it's kind of been a part of the storyline. We think about the Thunder, we think about the Magic, the Grizzlies, almost 95% of their points are coming from players 27 or younger. They do not have a player on the roster that is 30 years old. This is a very young team.
Well, that explains a lot right there.
Throughout this season, we've had different players that have spoke out. I just want to go to you first, Jamal, about you being kind of an older brother. And so that's kind of how I want the energy to be here, speaking to a younger brother that is part of this incredible league that we all love. What would you say to Ja at a time like this and with everything that's gone on?
Well, first off, I think accountability is always the best thing in this situation. And the statement that I saw, he didn't come out and try to sugarcoat it. He didn't say, it was this or that. He said it was me. I need to get help. And he owned it. And with that, I think if you take that approach, obviously what he did was wrong. Obviously, it was a bad decision, but with that, the accountability, if you accept it and learn from it, then it wasn't a loss, it was a lesson. And that's what I'm hoping comes out of this, because he's a good kid. I was making, not so smart decisions at 21, 22 years old, so I get that part. But it's not a loss, it's a lesson if you learn from it. I love that he was accountable, but I think this is where vets are so important. I think if there's vets in the locker room, it doesn't even get to this point. A vet's in the locker room like, yo, young fella, slow down a little bit, do this way, move this way. And that's what I think is missing.
I ain't gonna lie. OGs, niggas don't always listen to OGs, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's not really their responsibility, but I just know that a lot of young niggas don't listen to no old heads.
It was a bad.
Hold on. Get Shaq over here. Let me move this right here. So y'all can see Shaq.
Choice. It was a bad decision. We have to stop. Look in the camera and says, we have to stop putting ourselves in positions to where they could take away what we've worked so hard to get to. You should always believe in a higher power. I've always had the ability to stop time and say, if I do this, what's going to be the outcome? There's no excuse for what he did. But remember, he pressed a button on his phone. He went live. Mm-hmm. We don't go live, nobody knows he has a weapon, we're not talking about this. But he did that.
Right, that's what I said. Why did he record that shit? Like, bro, if you out and about kicking it at the strip club, doing whatever you're doing with niggas got guns, don't record it, bro.
And, why are you in the strip club with no shirt? Why are you walking around with a weapon? And why'd you hit the live button? So we have to stop putting ourselves in positions to where they can take away the things that we work hard to get for. I've seen your videos where your dad had the little cord and he training you and your brothers, and I've also seen the video where your mom and dad, they got the nice mansion right next door to you. That's what we're trying to get to. And once we get there, we know the letter of the law. We know what not to do, what not to say, and we know common sense. Think of the higher power. Like, I feel for him now, but I also feel for his mother and father. Like, what are they going through? So guys, before you make a dumb decision, not a mistake, a dumb decision, a dumb choice, think of the higher power. Your mother, your father, your children. I'm not going to jump on a kid. He know what we did was wrong, but remember, he put himself in a position. He didn't have to go live. You got to pick your phone up, swipe to find Instagram, get on Instagram, swipe again, hit the live button, wait for it to connect.
Are you sure you want to go live?
You got to have enough common sense to know that wasn't going to go the way you wanted it to go. You're not a rapper. You're an NBA player. Okay? I don't know where you're from. I don't know who's hanging out with you. That don't matter. When it's you making the decision, you got to be smart. And we got to stop putting ourselves in position to where they can take it back. Now, forget all the investigation. I don't like to hear, what's Nike going to do? What's the other company going to do? We already seen the other situation where one of our guys lost $30 million. Like, you don't want to see a young kid like him lose that money. So again, we have to stop putting ourselves in position. So when I say names like, oh, you idiot and all that, I'm not talking about you individually, I'm talking about the decisions that we make. Remember, this is a decision. This isn't an incident where I had it and I'm dancing and it goes off. This is an incident where I pull it out, I hit the button and I wiggle it for everybody to see. So he did it to himself. I'm not going to jump on. He has to deal with what's coming, and I know he has a lot of support around him. And his friends, you can't be yes friends. I love my crew. We fight and argue all the time, but you know what? They keep me in line.
Yeah, I don't think you would surround yourself with many people that
But it ain't about that. My friends keep me in line. My friends like, hey.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
You ain't about that life.
No.
You ain't about that life. You don't need to be doing that. Nah, forget all that. Let me tell you something. I like to get it cracking in the club every now and then. When you say something to me, but I got boys like, we ain't doing that tonight.
But I
Relax.
just think we've sat around for the last couple days and we've listened to like everybody having an opinion, because everybody seems to have an opinion when you make a mistake, right? Everybody seems to have an opinion when you don't know the whole story. And I get a mistake was made. It was a wrong decision, right? But I hope the people that are around him are changing their opinions and following a certain code of that they all have to change in terms of for Ja to be successful. I look at things as a parent as well. And you talk about like what his parents are going through. You know, I hope that, you know, in that situation, they all are seeing the need to change the decisions that they all are making, because it's impacting Ja. It's impacting his performance. And it's hard when everybody's against you and everybody, you know, piles on the decision that you made and the mistake. And, you know, I hope that when he does come back and he makes different choices, that we all are able to see that and allow him
Do y'all think Ja Morant is coming back before the end of the season or no? Or is he done?
to grow.
Let me know in
I
the
hope that
comments.
we don't hold him to this, that's not the first thing that comes to our mind.
Doesn't define him.
That it doesn't define him.
Right.
Because I do believe that everybody deserves an opportunity. Thank God that this wasn't worse. I think that's the biggest thing. Thank God this wasn't worse. And so everybody deserves a platform and opportunity to grow and to admit that they were wrong and to go forward. And I think everybody is cheering for this dude. Same way when he came out of Murray State. Everybody's cheering for him to be what we think that he's capable of being.
He was the same guy in the bubble. I played in the bubble. He was the same guy in the bubble. Remember, everybody's like, oh, the food's not good. The beds are hard. He was like, I'm fine. The bed's fine. The food's fine. I'm here on a business trip to take care of business. And so that part of him is still there. We just need to come back to the surface. And like you said, the people around him. I was thinking when Shaq was talking, Uncle Jerome was there.
All day, every day.
All day, every day. But he not that he held Shaq accountable, but you need that other grown up in the room to be like, yo, Shaq, slow down a little bit. You know, whatever it might be so it doesn't get to this point.
Were you that guy in the locker room?
I became that guy.
You became that guy.
I became that guy, but I wasn't that guy when I first went in the locker room.
Yeah, but you asked the question. It's in the locker room. That didn't happen at the arena. That's happened at the club. Like,
But could it have been stopped if he's with you in Miami or the Lakers, right? And you see this young dude kind of going this way, Shaq's gonna say, yo, young fella, you got to. So it may not get to this point. You're gonna pull his coattail early.
But you also have to listen. You know, like you also have to be willing to listen and to learn and to listen to guys that have your best interests at heart.
Right.
And, you know, you're going to turn on, and a lot of times you're going to hear the negativity that's on the television. You're going to hear everybody say what he should be doing or what he wasn't doing or where he can't, you know, all that stuff. I mean, he's deactivated his Instagram. That's not the reason that this is happening. Like the Instagram obviously allowed everybody to see it, but this was not what caused this. And so I think just in seeing and pointing the finger at the right situation, at yourself, and understanding taking accountability is not the internet. Now, you can shut it off, but
you still got to deal with whatever you got to
have to deal with what you have to deal with.
But not to go left court, it's crazy because for the last couple of years we said Memphis needed a vet on the court. What's going to happen in the playoffs? They needed a vet off the court too. So this situation could have been slowed down, I believe.
Memphis, we'll see how long Ja is out. We are going to wait for more information. Of course, Steven Adams.
Yeah, well, I mean, that all of them made great points, you know what I'm saying? All of them made great points. I think he's going to make a return, and, you know, thankfully nobody got shot. He didn't drop the gun and it go out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anything could have happened type shit. A nigga could have tried to rob him in the club, and he had to bust him, you know what I'm saying? So thank God none of that happened. But I think he's going to make a return. He's going to pretty much, you know, get back on his grizzly, get on his grind. No pun intended, his grizzly. But y'all let me know what you think, man, about Ja in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, man. I'm gone.